I met Sarge 5 years ago at a place called The Crossing in Denver. I was on a missions trip with my church actually, and The Crossing wasn't a very happy place. Everything was kind of dull, and no one there was ever really in a good mood, but I just remember serving food and looking from behind the counter, and there was a table of guys, and one of them was Sarge, and he was the only one there, like cracking jokes and laughing with everybody, and he was just like a really jolly guy in a really sad place.
I talked to Sarge when we first got there, and I mean, my details are kind of sketchy, but I know in the beginning when I first met him, honestly, I thought, here's another guy that probably did some military service, but is embellishing stories or whatever to get the attention of whoever will listen. And that was kind of my initial response for about the first 30 seconds, until you sit and you listen and you begin to realize that that's not the case at all, that this is a guy who among other soldiers and others that have served, that we owe a lot of our freedoms to. And it's a guy that is very, very real and very honest and has a huge heart for kids. That part became very clear, and with no time at all, man, he gets you wrapped up pretty quick, man. Tugs at your heartstrings.
They're beautiful. I love my nephews and nieces. My name is Thomas Veal. What else do you want me to tell the camera?
Where were you born?
I was born in San Luis, Colorado, the oldest town in Colorado. I was born in 1947. Oh man, I had the best childhood in the world. I come from a middle class Spanish family. I used to ride horses all the time. We used to go out and play marbles. We used to spin tops. We used to, God, nobody goes out anymore and plays marbles the way we used to when we were kids. I was sort of a rebel in my time. I didn't, when I got out of the high school, Vietnam was going on real strong. So I joined the Army, and I went into the Army, and I stayed there for quite a few years. And but I had the best time when I was a kid. I grew up in heaven. Went to the Army August 22nd of 1965, right out of high school. Like, what do you want to know about the Army? I went to the Army, and I went through basic training, AIT, and different trainings. I went to jump school, and then I went to Ranger school, and then after that, I was on my way to the war. And I went to Vietnam. I stayed there for 3 years. Got shot quite a few times while I was in the service. Too many times. I'm surprised I even have any legs left. Because they're all shot up. They're like a map. They look like a map.
Yeah, just in the legs you were...
Just in the legs. I really lucked out, don't I?
Do you know how many times exactly?
Exactly how many times I got shot? 8 times. 8 times. But it's in different skirmishes. It wasn't all at one time, because I got shot one time and I said, okay, and I went back to the field. Got shot another time, I went back to the field. And then I got shot another time. They, Field, you want to go home? Nope, I want to stay with my men. And then I got shot again. And this time I went to Okinawa, Japan. Okinawa. And I was there for the longest time. I was there for about 45 days. And then they asked me when I got out there, they asked me, do you want to go home or back to Vietnam? I said, take me back to Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to be with my people, my men. What am I going to do, go home and get drunk all the time? I wanted to be with my men. My men are fun. I can depend on them. I can turn around and don't have to worry about getting shot in the back. I wanted to, your family. It's like this. It's like tight knit. It's like that. And it doesn't matter what color you are. You're like that. You're like that. You're like that.
What were some of the guys like? Do you remember a couple of them that stood out, or?
There was Rowdy Creech. Creech, he used to be the machine gunner. Tall guy, big tall guy. He used to carry the M60 machine gun, and boy, he was tall. Boy, he was a good old guy. Every time he mows some people down, he says, "That's how many less people we have to shoot." He was crazy, man. He was crazy. And the first guy I saw get killed was Stewart. Stewart got killed, huh? That was really a shock. I've seen people get killed, but that was, in combat it was different. It was awful. And after that, it was gravy. After that, after your first kill, it's like real easy. After your first kill, it's like you get in like a zone. You like get in a zombie zone where you're like numb. You're just numb. After you kill a few people, you just get numb. You just like, because you know you're taught since you're small that to kill or hurt somebody is wrong. You know.
Yeah.
And then when you grow up, and then they say, okay, it's okay to kill. Well, it's real hard to kill when you first kill. The first time is so hard because you don't have the right to take somebody else's life. You know what I mean, son? You do not have the right to take anybody else's life. But boy, do we take people's lives. Boy, do we take people's lives.
When we started talking about what his military experience was like, it became pretty clear that it's something he thinks about every day, and that he misses his friends. I think that shows a lot about his heart. The kind of person he is, that he's a good guy, and he's got a huge heart for people.
In the war, we'd always say, I want to see the green. I want to see the green for the last time. That's why I have this plant right next to me. Because I want to feel the green. I want to feel what God made for us. Because so many people have died in the wars. So I like green because it's part of us, you know what I mean? I kiss the leaves and I rub up against my face because I know there's people out there that aren't going to be able to rub their face in the leaves again or be on the grass. I always get on the grass over there and I lay like this. I lay with my arms out like that because it's so nice to be in the grass and the green. I cry about it because the guys used to say, when they'd be flatlining, they'd say, Sarge, I want to see the green. So we'd cut a branch off and we'd rub up against them so they could see the green for the last time. It was so sad. It's sad. War is horrible. But they want to see the green. The boys want to see the green.